Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri First Nations people on whose traditional lands these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Yep, all our guides are here in the light and absolutely loving. It feels like they're having a party, to be honest. Possibly because, as I've mentioned in the previous videos today, it's a bit of a light and fluffy day. Not necessarily light and fluffy topics. It's just got it's just got a feeling of the ridiculous, and that in 5, 10, however many years' time, we're all going to look back and just roll our eyes at what was going on at this time. So what I'm going to have a look at is the ban on the drag queen legislations that are going through. Seriously. If you haven't seen it, have a look at Jon Stewart's interview with Nathan Dahm, Republican, can't remember where he's from, who is really pushing the ban on drag queens reading books in the library to children or something like, and Jon Stewart absolutely shreds him in regards to that stance. Loved it. Watched it about 3 times, couldn't get enough of it. So I'm going to have a quick look. I mean, look, in all honesty, go back to the Mo and Curly, you know, they were in drag. You go back to you know, the 1700s, men dressed in skirts and high heels and makeup with big wigs and tons of jewellery. It was, you know, being peacocks. It's really, thank you. The boys are telling me this obsession with drag queens is desperation to divert attention from what really matters. It's an attempt to make it look like they're doing something when they're doing nothing, but it's also a desperation to divert the anger and the hatred, direct it away from themselves to basically what is a soft target. Now, someone made a comment to me this morning about I commented about the small crowds at the CPAC on the weekend for Trump, and just the venom that was being spouted in his speeches and amongst those small crowds. And they made a comment about the hate, and I just said it must be so exhausting to live in that hatred all the time, because, man, I'm too lazy to hate. It's so much easier just to let people live their lives being who they are, and putting it out there with love. It's just so much easier. It must be so tiring, exhausting mentally and physically, to dwell in such a well of bile and vitriol. Okay, and it shows on their faces. Okay, right, getting back to it. Okay, so Tennessee has voted, and it was signed into law by Governor Bill Lee on the 7th of, I've got the first, it's been signed in by Bill Lee, and on the 1st of July, it will become law, banning drag queens. Now, I don't know whether it's just a ban in libraries or it's an all-over ban. Those who know me know I don't research too much, so I don't bring any bias into readings. However, Arizona, Arkansas, Missouri, Nebraska, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, West Virginia are all... here's your drag queen. She's not happy. She's not happy. She's bringing something forward, something hidden forward. Those states have all got legislation going through, and Idaho and Montana are in the process of drafting legislation to ban drag queens. Yeah, don't mind me. Seriously, that's the most pressing for in those states. The most pressing issue. And what do all those states have in common? Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to look at the energies around it. The energies around it. And then we'll just see how it's going to go going forward. Using my Trip and Wait Tarot again. Enter demon only. Okay, show me the energies around the reason for this legislation. Show me the energies around the reason for this. Yep, thank you guys. They've just gone. When you tune in with your guides, you know they tell you when to stop shuffling. Okay, the energies around it. So here's the legislators, the masculine legislators. Drawn to the lizard at the bottom here. Literally, it's lizard people type policy. Why am I drawn to the lizard there, guys? I usually don't notice the lizard. It's the legislator. Distraction. Thank you. They're distracting by vilifying something that is really ineffective. Okay, that is not affecting anybody. Okay, interesting that this is in sitting in Egypt. Okay, see where it goes. Yep. Challenged by exposure of the slime, the seedy underbelly, the swamp, uncovering the swamp. It is going to be a bit of a long path, though, this journey of uncovering. But it is going to be illuminated by the moon, which is the emotional light, as it goes along this path, passing between the pillars of wisdom. And it's going to be a bit, you've got your wild dog and your domestic dog there. It's going to be a bit of a back and forth tussle. But it's exposing the true nature. Thank you. Exposing the true nature of those that are bringing these bills forward. Base of the reading, this is, I said the energies. Yeah, it's really disappointing. Now, why have I gone a Celtic on this? I'll continue with the Celtic because that's where the boys have taken me. I was going to do a spiritual growth read, but they're taking me on a Celtic. But this is the foundation of the reading. Emotional disappointment and loss. However, those two cups are still standing. Looking at this person that is a creative person, they're there with their guitar over their back. It's a non-gender entity. I'm just looking at it to see whether it's a male or female, but it is neither gendered, but dressed in this gorgeous looking dress. Not something I'd wear, but I just love the pattern on it. But they're looking at what has been lost, need to turn and look at what is still there, and build that up. Take those two cups that are still remaining over that bridge and into the security of the castle that's on the hill. So it will be a journey for them. Need to put all the support behind what is still remaining emotionally. It's hard energy to be in. Unplug when you need to, take time out when you need to, nurture when you need to. Okay. What's going on? I'm going to say behind the scenes because this would be usually the past, but the boys just said behind the scenes. There is a hidden agenda in regards to this that is not what is actually being told, is what they're telling me. crowning this reading, yeah, there's a lot of anxiety in regards to this. A lot of nightmares. Especially if you are of that nature in any of those states. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 states. It's a really anxious time in those particular states, and I'm not going to say dangerous time, but it's like they have to almost hide who they are because of this hidden agenda. And it's just it's I know it's the High Priestess. She is about spirituality. But the energy I'm getting from this hidden agenda is rather unpleasant. It's thank you. They're saying it's focusing the eye away from what they're actually doing. Oh, okay. Boy, what a place of turmoil at the moment. Okay, immediate future, the Queen of Swords prosecution. There is going to be a court case brought in regards to this. I suspect against Tennessee. A court case that is challenging this law, because really it's none of the legislators' business. So there is going to be a court case brought in regards to this. Take a while to work through the system perhaps. Okay, externally, Wheel of Fortune. This court case is going to bring a change of fortunes. I think this court case is actually going to be successful against Tennessee, which might then slow the others down. But this is about destiny. You do need to help to bring about your destiny, but this is about doors opening while others close, those that are on the bottom rising to the top. Very much about a change in situation externally. So I think they're going to actually win this court case. I'm just having a look at this card to see what else is on there. Looks very much like a compass. The moral compass is going to be reset. Internally, something really out of left field is going to come forward. Something unexpected that will hit on an emotional level. Are there photographs of Bill Lee out there in a dress? Yeah, there is something really unexpected going to come forward that even old cynics like me are not looking for, and it is going to bring about joy to the youth. And I'm also I'm really drawn to the fact that this youth is wearing a dress, and he's got his purple boots on, and he's looking very joyous. Some of the pages look very unhappy in this deck. This particular youth is very joyous about what is being brought forward as he's in his dress. And I'm going to say a he, because it does have a masculine feel about it. So there is going to be a court case that is going to change the outcome, because something really unexpected is going to be brought forward. If you've got a photo of Bill Lee dressed up in women's clothing, please share it. Okay. The world. The unity of diversity. This is the hopes and fears. This is a fear, depending on what side of the aisle you're on, but very much a hope. We just had Pride Week last week in Australia, and it was magnificent. Finishing with a march. There were thousands. I think there was 15,000. Majority in costume, people from every walk of life and every gender diversity marched across Sydney Harbour Bridge in support. I feel so proud of my country on days like that. The Prime Minister was there. There were famous actors, Australian actors that were there. There had been people from all over the world come in. And it is about unity of diversity, this card. And it's also about a closure, an ending of a cycle. Yes, love it. Wings of transformation, butterflies of transformation. Love it. Okay, the outcome. The youth bringing the truth. Again, wings, transformation, transformative clarity, transformative wisdom is being brought forward. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. Not getting a sudden card, this moon card, it's a long path, but I am getting that attitudes are changing. It's coming from the youth, and they are bringing forward proudly this sort of truth, this sort of clarity, this sort of I'm seeing social media there. It is an air sign, so it's very much about what is over the airways. Love it. Don't love this one so much. Well, I was asking about the energies behind it. There is this. Okay, thank you guys. Boy, they hammer at me sometimes. They're telling me that this sword is going to be, the eyes are going to be opened, and there is going to be loss and disappointment and sadness in the face of these swords of truth. So it's not actually a bad card. There is going to be clarity, and those that are on the wrong side of the aisle are going to find that this truth and clarity is literally going to stab them through their bitter hearts. Okay, here we have the moral corruption. It's a bit of a combo card. This is a card about those that are most vulnerable being shunned and out in the cold, but it is also about the card of moral corruption for financial gain. So it's a double-edged sword. It is about the financial gain, moral corruption of those attacking the most vulnerable. And here we have the oligarchs, the money. Here we have the mercenaries with the money. And here we have a crossroads moment, the swamp behind the two of swords. It is very much about a crossroads moment, about which sword one chooses. However, these two swords, both swords are giving off the pride rainbow, the diversity rainbow. I know these cards all have some form of rainbow in them, but the rainbow is actually coming off the swords themselves. So it doesn't matter what truth they choose, it is all leading to this unity of diversity. This is about choices of the choices of the lawmakers is basically based on greed, and they're going to have to defend themselves. Okay, base of the reading, justice. Love it. Justice to go with this prosecutor. A presentation, okay, twofold. Dream big, and we've got this beautiful rainbow in behind. Dream big, bring forward opportunities of possibilities, but it's also bringing forward a message of the money. But I'm thinking, I'm really getting drawn to the dream big of possibilities of the future. The legislators are going to find themselves entrapped with their messaging while everybody is walking away. They're there going rah rah, Four of Wands, going rah rah rah, look at me, this is my celebration. Everybody in the background is walking away, and here we have the restriction as they reap what they sow, and then we have the best of what is in democracy. So it's very much about times are changing. Get on the train or get left at the station. And what I think is going to happen is they're going to get left at the station. In not this next voting cycle. When am I seeing, guys? I'm seeing around 10 years. 10 years before they're so discarded that they're yelling into the ether and nobody's listening, is what I'm getting. I'm sorry it's 10 years, but there's something going to come out prior to, I'll just have the quickest of looks because I'm up to 20 minutes already. So much for quick readings. 20 minutes already. Okay, I'm going to have a really quick look at, is something going to come out? I know I could use pendulum for this, but I'm going to throw some cards. Is something going to come forward before the 1st of July that is going to push back on the Tennessee vote? So there's something going to come forward before the 1st of July that is going to, I'm getting a dampen down is what they're telling me. That is it going to come into effect? Is there going to be something, oh, got stuff turning over or everywhere. Is there something going to come out that is going to pause that vote coming into legislation? I'm not saying stop, I'm going to say pause. Is there going to be something comes out before the 1st of July? Thank you. Right, let's see what flew out. Okay, this one came out first. There is going to be some truth or truths. So this is what the Six of Swords. Oh, I'm really drawn to that figure shrouded there. There is a truth that is going to be tried to be kept undercover and make a quick escape, is what I'm getting with that. There's a truth that's going to try and remain hidden and exit stage. What way are they going? Stage left. And make a quick getaway. There's something there in regards to this legislation. Sword of Truth. There is a strong, powerful truth coming forward that is just chopping through that crown of the dictators, and it's straight underneath this trying to flee with their truth. A disappointing offer being made, being rejected. Overtures being rejected is what I'm getting. Juggling about what ship to bring in. And I've got the plan coming to fruition. The money, there's money involved here for some reason about this, but then we have the complete and utter downfall. So this who owes who what is going to bring about a downfall for them. What I'm really feeling on this is that there is going to be some sort of court case come through. There's going to be truths that those are involved in Tennessee, I'm talking about Tennessee, that are wanting to be kept hidden, but they're going to be exposed in this court case because there is disappointment. But I'm really getting that creative figure is going to turn and pick up those two cups. They just need a moment. Talk about a blow to everything that you are as a human being for these people. But they're going to pick up these cups and they're going to need the support of all of us. And I just think that there's just going to be this court case. There's going to be an offer made to those of the drag queen community, and they're going to go, no. I'm not feeling compensation, I mean as in a watering down of the legislation, and they're going to go, nah. And I completely understand that. So there is going to be a negotiation happen. And then I'm really feeling, look at this coat, that they're going to be successful. They're going to be able to bring the ship into harbour. For those that literally sold their soul in regards to this, are going to face an ending, and here we have the best of democracy. Base of this, we've got an uncomfortable message being paraded. I don't know that the people particularly like this, actually, about moral corruption attacking those that are most vulnerable. And I don't think it's actually sitting well. I don't think it's sitting well with the voters. All power to Klinger is what I say. Okay, that turned out a bit longer than I thought it would be because it was quite an important reading, even though I did say light and fluffy today. Thank you for joining me. Love to you all. If you've got any questions, pop them in the box below, or if you feel that you can't ask me publicly, then email me at mastertarot@gmail.com. Happy to have a look at most things, but also there's a real extensive back catalogue there in the little magnifying glass search engine, because what am I up to? Gosh, nearly 700 videos in 2.5 years. Feel free to search for a topic, and if one comes up recently, watch that because it'll be relevant. Okay, thank you for joining me. Love to you all. Bye-bye.